VideoTed. Did a little walk around with my buggy here. It's about 85% done. Everybody knows what's going on. A little backstory. Built a Jeep like 10 years ago and had this motor built for it and transmission. Ford Strokers in Chicago, Illinois built it. So 347 pump gas, hydraulic roller. Wheeled around the Jeep for 3 or 4 years and tore the crap out of it. Had leaf springs under it and stuff. And got to the point where it was just overdriving it too much. Needed update. So started, figuring for a buggy. The plan was just to take everything out of the Jeep, narrow axles and all, and put the tube chassis. That quickly grew out of proportion, like anything does. So probably, I don't know, 6 years ago, I think Jake Pike and I went and got all the chromoly tubing for it. At the same time, he got the tubing for his. That's how long, this has been a project of mine. Things got, changed up my life. We bought a place and some ground and stuff and had to build a shop and stuff, so I slowed us up quite a bit, which is good because it allowed me to update some things that I wanted to do on it. Just got a C4 in it, just the same thing that was in my Jeep. My buddy Jason Cressy built it, shipped 8 years ago. It's got an ultimate converter in it from Lenny. It works pretty good, just regular old valve main shift kit. Even got a kickdown cable in it. I don't like shifting, I just like to leave it drive and let it go. It works pretty good with an Atlas race case in it. I got it from Scott, Sunfire Off-Road, probably 6 years ago. That's when we really started buying parts for it. Probably about 3 years ago, that's when I started messing with my suspension. I was pretty worried about that. I know that's what makes or break a bouncer, the race rig. To make sure that's set up right, I contacted Ryan at accutune and kind of picked his brain on it. We went back and forth about what I wanted to do. I told him what wheelbase I wanted to be at, and belly height, and up travel all the way around, and kind of spec'd it out. And he suggested doing a leading arm in the front, which not a lot of people does that. Some Ultra 4 cars do that, and Timmy did it on his last bouncer. It's not quite a big ratio like some of them are, but it's just slow the shock down enough to help with the cutouts and stuff, when we're hitting hills. Ryan at accutune has been excellent to deal with. I mean, he's always good on emails. He was, reasonably priced on his parts and everything. Done a good deal, and he's still, still talking to him about every day about trying to get it, set up right about what it's doing and stuff. So can't complain about him a bit. Went with the pack sway bar front and rear. He spec'd all them out. Fox bump stops on it. Did a trailgear housing, 9-inch, 10-inch front end with Super Duty knuckles on it, 9904. Bought these second hand, and I had Josh Dodsworth in Moberly right down the road do his ball joint replacement with a uni-ball, and bronze bushing upper to adjust caster and camber on it. So I think that's a big plus for them. That's a kind of weak point on them. I went to the Ford Super Duty unit bearings, redrilled them to 5 on 5.5. Like I said, the center section is the Gearworks 10-inch gear, low pinion, with 40 spline spool in it, 40 spline inner, spidertrax axles, 35 spline outers for now. I got most all that stuff, the axles, drive shaft, front center section, all the steering, stuff like that from Miller Motorsports. Eric and his wife was awesome to deal with. They're good people. They treat you like family every time you talk to them. I'll text them on the weekend, Sunday, whatever, about parts, about this or that, and Eric always answers. You can't beat that for somebody that's as professional as he is and famous as that guy is. So really recommend them for any kind of parts. Like I said, we did a leading arm on the front. The lowers on front and rear are both 4 foot long. The uppers are both 3 foot long, front and back. My headers, Jake Bike built them for me in the night. Took a tubing kit up there for him, and he knocked them out. And I tell you what, I can't thank him enough for the work that he's done on a buggy. He's welded a little bit on it, not a whole lot. I try to do most of it down here. I have another good buddy of mine, Jeff Roberts, that did 90% of the welding on it, probably, or 80% of the welding. I've had several people help me on the TIGging on it. I'm not a master TIG by no means, so Yeah, I can't thank them guys enough for helping me out getting it done. Another thing I wanted was full length headers on it and mufflers. I don't want to go deaf. I want to be able to have a conversation when I'm driving around in it. Moving on to the back, it's got a junkyard 9-inch housing. I grabbed it from out back and took my Yukon center section. I had my Jeep out of it and machined it for 10-inch gears. Shoved a set of strange 10-inch gears in it, 35 spline spool, 35 spline spidertrax axles in it with trailgear uni-bearing cups on it, weld on, and like I said, uni-bearing 515 on the back of it. I had another guy of mine, buddy of mine, Jeff Carney, helped me a bunch. Made a bunch of, made my wobble stoppers and stuff for my shocks, my bypasses, bushings for my sway bars. I can't thank that guy enough for all the work and stuff he's done for me, all the parts and stuff. Another guy helped me weld on a bunch with Ryan Preston, RP. I can't thank them guys. And then Billy Apel. He helped me out with the TIG and tubing bender and notcher and stuff. And tell you what, if it wasn't for my friends helping me and pushing me to get this done, it still wouldn't get done. I actually started on first bending on it, tubing 2 years ago, January 2nd, is when I first got the 9-inch up here, laid out the wheelbase and stuff, and started bending. I didn't plan on any of this. I just kind of started bending stuff and had my suspension all laid out beforehand and tried my best to build around it. Sometimes that's a little difficult to do. But it feels pretty good so far. When I got to drive it, I got to probably maybe spend 30 minutes in it. It's pretty light, pretty nimble, quiet, runs good. So we'll see what happens with it. I still got to do some testing on it, some shock tuning and stuff on it too. Also with Ryan, another guy helped me out with some elrodprostraps. I ordered them and he jumped on them. They're beautiful straps. Dude, he knocked them out in like 3 days and had them in the mail to me. I can't beat that guy at all about that. Matthew Young on an alternator. He hooked me up with the alternator on that JEreel front drive shaft. Who else? Alan Holtz, got a lot of parts and stuff from him. Got the wheels and tires, they were all secondhand. I bought them used. I bought a lot of stuff secondhand on it, so trying to get a deal on things. One thing I did do kind of different is I made my instant center on the front and rear adjustable. So I got a bushing here and a bushing there. I can take them out and stack them up and raise the upper arm up or down, or I can machine them different and dial that in. On the rear, I just put 3 adjustment points on it for now to try to dial that in a little bit, try to tune as much as possible. And that's very important in bouncer, any kind of race rig or trail rig. Always want adjustments and stuff on it. So that's about it. I still got some wiring stuff to do, clean that up, and some panels and stuff to stick on it. And I'm going to take it apart and paint it. Don't have any idea what color I'm going to paint it, but we'll figure that out.